What three things in particular caught your attention about Mike Boetcher's presentation?
The first thing that caught my attention about his presentation was the difference in technology that he kind of shared with us. He talked about that when he first started out, they used a truck with a satellite on it that was like as big as our entire lecture hall room. And that's pretty crazy how it's come from that to the little tiny camera that, you're videoing on right now, and just that the people in that field get to see firsthand how technology has changed the media and like portraying communication to different places in the world and how much easier it's become. The second thing that I liked, that I caught my attention about his presentation, was the fact that he thought that he always knew he was going to be a journalist, but didn't really have a field that he gravitated towards until he found the foreign affairs, and that it just kind of caught his attention and he got so involved in it, and how that was the whole entire aspect of his media life. So that was cool. And the third thing was the danger in his job and how that kind of that played a huge part in the things. He was there when the Berlin Wall fell, which is kind of crazy. They're in Germany, that's insane. The fact that he was in the hotel when it got bombed is pretty crazy, and how people in that country died and he didn't, and he was the target, and how he went anyway after publishing that story, knowing that it could be dangerous, and he still did it because he wanted to get his story across and be there. So that was pretty crazy.
Do you feel that the information gathered and published by correspondents in the field of war are important to the American media consumer?
So Mike said that, in quote, we have to tell their stories because it's very important work. And I definitely agree with that. I think that a lot of people don't actually know what's going on as far as the field of war, either because they just kind of don't care enough, or because it doesn't really pertain directly to their lives. So I definitely think that it's important because, otherwise we wouldn't know as much information.
Do you feel that media presents the entire picture of war truthfully and in its entirety?
I do. I think that, he said that they're firsthand on the scene, they're there, they're with the people, they're there when it's happening, they're capturing everything on video or pictures, so, a lot of things, they can't really, when you're actually filming what's happening, it's harder to, make it, stretch the truth or change what actually happened when they're, actually on the scene. And it makes it a lot easier to kind of believe what the media says when they're there and they can prove it to us, I guess. So I definitely think that they do it right.
Is the job of war correspondent important to the media?
I would say absolutely. I think that there's a lot of miscommunication and misconceptions in the media, and a lot of things can be wrong. And with anything that happens, any kind of news, and anything can be hearsay. And, there are a lot of issues with people actually getting the real story. And the war correspondents are, they're there, they risk their lives to stand by people actually on the scene of what they're doing, all the action, all the danger, everything that they're going through. They're there with them just to capture everything so that they can tell people exactly what they're doing, exactly why they're doing it, and why we should care, because otherwise, we don't really get the story. We don't exactly know what's going on there besides just hearing about it from them. So seeing it and getting to witness it, I think helps people learn why it's important and why we should know about it so well.